please chat. Now the time is 6:08. Okay, we will complete by 7:08. Okay, so I will complete my. It's not like a presentation. It's like a storytelling. Okay, so I would like to make a story. Okay, so where you can able to understand about this artificial intelligence, where everybody can able to know about artificial intelligence, because now in this world everybody knows that what is the meaning for artificial intelligence. Even AICTE ask everyone to make use of this artificial intelligence for your research and everything in all the company. Even it is not depending upon the domain specific, that is IT or CSE or ECE. It is everybody should know about this artificial intelligence. That means first we should understand இதோடைய பெயர் காரணம், எதற்காக இதுக்கு இந்த பெயர் வந்தது. I hope everybody can understand Tamil. Okay, so we can able to discuss more on Tamil to make a proper understanding. Okay, so I request everybody, please stop presenting from your end, because see, somebody has started the presentation, so I need to go across my presentation. Okay, so somebody, Julian saying there is don't know Tamil. Okay, so okay, fine, we'll go only in English. Okay, so many people are telling that only in English. Okay, fine, no problem. So I can able to better communicate in English, no problem. Okay, so it's nothing to worry about in English. Okay, so here because the reason why I am going to Tamil means because I can, it's an evening time, so everybody can know about the small amount of the stories. But anyhow, I can able to make you understand with the English. Okay, so hope everybody is seeing my presentation. Okay, so but I can able to understand that somebody is starting their presentation. Please stop presenting your screen. It will affect my presentation and case. Okay, and many people are telling that use English. Okay, fine, thank you, because you are telling at the beginning itself, not at the end. First word is called artificial and second word is called intelligence. Normally intelligence means, okay, how we react. There are so many categories available for the intelligence. Okay, so for an example, you take knowledge, you take skill, you take competency, you take intelligence. All are different words. Whenever we join in a college, we expect to gain knowledge. Gain knowledge means, okay, how we are going to obtain what are the principles they are teaching inside in the classroom and how we are improving our knowledge. That is the first one. Because many peoples, whenever we go to the college, okay, they say that I am coming to the college to learn, to gain some knowledge. So here in this presentation, there are three objectives. First objective is I will not make you bored during my presentation. I will tell the concepts what you have not known. Okay, sir, Priyanka madam, please stop presentation because it is again I want to resume my presentation. Okay, so please, it's my humble request, please stop your presentations and using your microphones, please. Okay, just to put your earphones and hear only the stories what I'm telling. So first is the knowledge. Okay, knowledge means the teacher is taking the class and we are gaining some knowledge. That's everybody can know. Next one is skill. Okay, skill is the second level. Okay, where you can do some quite amount of phenomenal activity based upon the knowledge what you have gained. And the third level is competency. Competency means how you are going to utilize the knowledge and skill to perform one task. For this, I will give you an example of preparing dosai. Okay, everybody know, are everybody interested, and everybody is very much happy to eat dosa in this lockdown period, because morning, night, afternoon, all the 3 times we are getting only dosa as well. So if you are able to learn how to cook dosa, that is called knowledge. The knowledge can be gained by seeing your mother or seeing some YouTube videos. You can able to see how they are making the batter milk, how they are taking in the spoon, how they are making the dosa. That is called knowledge. That's what you are learning in the college and the school, knowledge level. And next one is skill. That is based upon the preparation of dosa, how you are going to prepare the different variety of dosa. That is called skill. We expect the students to be having equipped with some skills. They have to make some equipped with some skills. So we can able to entertain the students that, you should have some skill. So based upon how they are preparing the dosa and you are preparing somewhat different dosa, that is called skill. And third one is competency. Competency means a certain dosa cannot be able to prepare by others where it can be prepared only by you. That is, you are the master in that particular dosa. The taste and the ingredients and addition, and also with the help of the every parameters, your preparation is best than compared to other people's. That is called competency. If you take a painter as an example, you forget about dosa, you go about the painter example. So by seeing how to paint, a painter paints, it is called knowledge. And he performs a beautiful paintings and everything, that is called skill. And the third one is, we cannot be able to imagine a painting without this painter, that is called the competency level. So we want the student should be the competency level. That is, without him, this task cannot be able to achieve. Out of this class of 60 students, we should be able to understand that this target can be achieved only by this particular student. That is called competency level. How we can able to achieve the competency level? You have to go level by level. First you make a basic knowledge and then go to the skills and then go to the competency. And the next stage is intelligence. What is meant by intelligence? Normally, smartness and intelligence comes with a similar kind of meaning. What is meant by artificial intelligence means you should understand what is the meaning for intelligence. For that, I will tell you a small story. One day, I'm taking my son. Okay, my son is is going to third standard. So I'm taking my son, okay, to a temple. Okay, for the first day, I'm going, because knowing this basics only, you can able to teach your students, or you can do the projects on IoT only on knowing these basics. So what many people are doing, without understanding this basics, they're straight away doing some IoT based projects and telling that, sir, I can able to show the thing. Whatever the projects which you are doing at present is using IoT, it's not a proper IoT. I can able to bet you are using the IoT principles and your project is not IoT. The project is only IoT, only you incorporate the intelligence techniques. If not, what the IoT means, you can able to take a system and you can connect the sensors and you can able to display the readings, voltage reading, current reading, frequency reading, speed reading, and everything. And you can able to say that, sir, my house, all the things are visible over there in the app. That is, you are using the sensor. Sir, please put your audio, please. Sir, please. Sir, please. Okay, so you can able to understand that you are just making. My voice is not clear. Is it so? Yes or no? Only one yes is enough. Whether my voice is clear or not clear? It is clear. Okay, fine. Only one is enough. Okay, fine. Because somebody is making the microphone to be turned on. Sir, one response is enough, sir. Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you. That means you are all hearing. Thank you. Because one person has said that my voice is not clear, so I can able to go with. Okay. So thank you, sir. Thank you. Okay. Thank you for all your responses. 20 responses. Fine. Okay, fine. So the first day, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my son to a temple. So before going to the temple, I'm telling 3 data set. You can able to understand what is meant by a data set. So I'm giving 3 data set. Data set number 1, son, we are going to the temple. You should be very silent. First data set. Second data set, you should not make any jumping and you should not disturb others, those who are praying. And third data set, I'm telling you should give respect to the elders who are all coming in front of you. So I'm giving 3 data set as an input. So this 3 data set will be fed inside to my son's head. That is called as the neurons. Okay, it is going inside to the neurons, the 3 data set. Now you can able to understand this is data set number 1, data set number 2, data set number 3. Making use of these 3 data set, my son is very quiet and he is not jumping in the temple and he is giving respect to the elders. Fine. Okay. The second day, using the same son, I am taking him to the marriage hall. First day, I taken him to the temple, and the second day, I am taking him to the marriage hall. So in the marriage hall, again, I'm giving the 3 input data set. So we are going to the marriage. You should not run here and there. You should give respect to the elders and you should not shout. 3 data set. So using the 3 data set to my son, he is also behaving, he is not running, he is giving respect to the elders, and he will be very quiet inside the marriage hall also. So you should understand that all the kids are growing only based on the data set, whatever we are feeding. Okay, not only the feeding the food, because many parents are thinking that they are feeding the food to the children and the children are growing. That is for the health. But all the thinkings and intelligence are come only based on the data set what they are feeding. So the first time I taken to the temple, and the second day I taken them to the marriage hall, and the third day I'm taking my son to the college. To my college I taken my son. So in this particular context, suddenly principal calls me. Okay, sir, you come and meet me. Okay, so I'm making my son to be in my cabin, and he is not interested to sit in the cabin. So what I'm doing, I'm taking my son also to see the principal. Okay, I'm taking my son also to see the principal. So while taking my son to the principal, okay, while going to meet the principal, I am not given the inputs to my son, because in a marriage hall and also in the temple, I have given some data set because of some emergency. Because this is called, in the technical term, we used to call it as uncertainty or imprecision. Okay, that is in Tamil we can tell that edirparam nadakkirathu. That is uncertainty or imprecision. Suddenly he is calling, so I am rushing and taking my son. So while going, I have not given any input to my son. I have not given input to my son. But based upon the inputs what they have given to marriage, what are the inputs I have given to the temple, if he uses the same data over behaving in the principal hall, that is called real intelligence. So you can able to define the word intelligence, that it is a proper behavior. Because we cannot able to teach everyone how to behave here, how to behave here, how to behave here, like that. So I've given a data set how to behave in the temple, how to behave in the marriage hall. Based upon those inputs, if he behaves in the principal hall, that is, principal is a very big position in the college, he is elder person, he is a very scholarly person, he is studied very high. So I should give respect to him. So these inputs or these data I have not given to my son. Based upon the previous inputs, if he learns, means that is called intelligence. So you can able to define the word intelligence, that not giving the entire data set, only with the limited data set, if the son or any system, for example, I'm telling as a son, you just remember as a system. You just remember as a system, that is, you are going to operate a system, that system should behave as a human. That system should behave as a human. Because for an example, you take this as a mobile phone, you take this as a calculator, but this does not do anything, but you are going to work this particular thing as a human. For behaving as a human, as we are human, we can able to give only some sort of data set. Only a handful of data set only we can give. But uncertainty and imprecision come at any times. Even this corona lockdown period, this is called uncertainty. We expected something, what to be in the May month, what to be in the April month, but suddenly corona came. This is called uncertainty. So this uncertainty can come in any projects. For an example, you are giving inputs to the system to work for 100 volt. You are giving input for the system as 200 volt. You are going to input for a system for 300 volt. Suddenly, because of uncertainty, if 1000 volt is coming, means what will happen? What will happen? That is, for 100 volt, it will work, because you thought that for 100 volt, what to do. For 200 volt, what to do, you thought. For 300 volt, what to do, you have thought. But for 1000 volt, you have not said to the system. But you're going for the intelligent controllers, it will check that for 100 volt, I behave like this. For 200 volt, I behave like this. For 300 volt, I behave like this. So, for 1000 volt, I have to behave like this. It will self-learning. That is called self-learning. You no need to give the thousands of data set. Even you can able to understand, sir, how this COVID-19 or corona-based problems can be solved by artificial intelligence. You can be able to collect only handful of data, because you can able to change that the structure of DNA is changing each and every day. Okay, for based upon that, you can give only the handful of data. With that handful of data, how you are going to project in a different way. That is the concept of my today's presentation. So this introduction, you can able to understand that what is meant by intelligence. Intelligence means you can able to collect only a handful of data set, but using the data set, how we are going to develop or design a system to work for the major applications. Again, one example I'm telling you. Okay, that is when I, sir, please stop the presentation. Ashan Ali sir, please stop your presentation. Okay, so that is a thank you. Okay, so please stop your presentation. Okay, so thanks. Okay, so whenever we are speaking about the one more example, so whenever we are going to meet a doctor in our country, okay, doctor, okay, so whenever we are going to meet the doctor, so the doctor will ask a question. First question he will ask, any doctor, I don't know, hereafter whenever you go and see a doctor, the first question what they will ask you, have you brought the medical slip what they were given in the last time? It is a pathetic situation of Indian youth, or it's a pathetic situation of the Indian citizens. Whenever you see a doctor, the doctor will give you the medical thing. He will write in a small slip. What we will do, we after getting clear, after your fever is getting over, what you will do, you will tear the medical slip, or you will put some water and keep the thing, and you will squash the doctor's slip and throw it. Did anybody have the practice to file the doctor's slips? Never. We won't file it up. Only the people after the age of 50 or 60, they will make a filing of all the doctor slip. They will make a file. Whenever they go to doctor, they will show the file. That is in India. Okay. So that is the reason why majority of the deaths are happening in India. Because we are not maintaining the data set. Because in the 30 years, you are getting a fever. But the meanwhile, even the 19th year old, you got the same fever. But you are not maintaining the data. You are not at all maintaining the data because you forgotten what has happened. What medical you have taken, you have forgotten. But here, whenever you are going to US or else in Europe or any other countries, because I took my friend to Harvard Hospital in United States, where I taken for an eye pain. Okay. For an example, you take one small locality like Erode. In Tamil Nadu, you take a Erode. Okay. From the Erode, some 100 people are going to hospital for their eye pain. Okay, they're going for eye pain. Okay, so doctor will take, and he will take that all the reasons, because in United States, whenever before meeting a doctor, he will take all your input parameters. What is your name? What is your age? What is your vegetarian, non-vegetarian? What is your heredity? What is allergic? And everything, like 20 to 30 questions he will take. For us, we will feel bored also. Why this fellow is taking all these inputs? Okay, we will go to the doctor and even forget the name of the doctor. But for us, we have given only our details. But for the doctor, it is called data. That is the reason today the majority of the job field is open for data science. That is called data. That's what the people from IT, they're studying the data mining. What is meant by a data? Data is the information. Each and every data is the information. So if you are going to a doctor and you're telling that, sir, I'm a non-vegetarian. Yesterday night, I had a fish. Okay, so out of 100 patients, all the patients are coming and telling the eye pain. All are collectively telling that yesterday night I have taken the dinner. The dinner is a non-veg dinner, and I have taken the fish. So the doctor can come to a conclusion that all the 100 patients are suffering from eye pain. So the cause for the eye pain is the fish what they have taken in the yesterday night. So the data is helpful for decision making. So you have to use not to how we are using the data. Just you're using the data for data mining, data security, and data communication like that. That is not required. You have to make use of the data for decision making. The data should decide. That's what a doctor example I'm telling you. That is 100 people are going to see a doctor, and the doctor can able to make a decision that because of this reason only this person is affected from the eye pain. That's what you have to understand. That is a need for a data. Okay, so one by one we are going to see in our presentation. So in our presentation, we are going to see some set of what is meant by artificial intelligence and what is meant by IoT, and we are going to see some case studies and research issues like that. And the outcome, what I'm expecting from this presentation from you students is P cube. So P into P into P, P cube. First P is for projects. You have to develop some projects. Second P is for you have to develop some products. And third P is for you have to make some publications. So products, projects, and publications. That's what the outcome, what I'm expecting, because these concepts are very, very easier and very, very simple, and you can able to understand that how far these concepts are helpful to you in your day-to-day life, not only for doing a project, but in addition to that, you can also create some wonders. Okay, you can also create some wonders for each and every concepts. Okay, so now we are straight away moving on to our presentation. Okay, so if you have any doubts at the middle, you can just go to the chat box and you can write the doubts, whatever the things you are having in the chat box. So that will helpful for me to consolidate your doubts and I can able to clear with. Okay, so now this is the example. Okay, this is the example what everybody can understand. Okay, what everybody can understand this example. I will explain you what does it mean. Okay, so it does not mean that, sir, this is example is for electrical, this is example is for mechanical. No, this is a common example. You take a fan in your house. For that, I'm giving you an example. That is, what is the need for these controllers? You should understand that artificial intelligence is a controller. You can ask a question, sir, what is meant by a controller? Okay, even for COVID-19, we have to develop a controller. Okay, what is meant by controller? Controller is one which helps to reduce the error. Which is reduce the error. Okay, because in so many WhatsApp or Facebook memes, you know, in a memes you can able to understand that so many people are sending the memes, the two pictures, expectation, reality. That is called a meme. Your expectation is flying in Singapore and Malaysia, and reality is sitting down in the house. That's what the meme. Similarly, error means you are expecting the motor to be rotated at 1000 RPM. Your expectation is 1000, but the motor is rotating at 500 RPM. Okay, expectation is 1000, reality is 500. So the difference between the expectation and the reality is called error. So your expectation is this and reality is this. The difference between the expectation and reality is 500. That is called as the error. So that is the role of the controller to reduce the error, because a human cannot be able to reduce the error. Okay, we can able to reduce the error. So that's what only we are going for some controllers. Okay, normal controller, what it will do, you know, if you give for 100, if you give for 200, if you give for 300, whatever the inputs you give, only for those inputs it will work. It will not work for some other thing. It will work only for the thing. But these kind of intelligent controllers, if you whatever the data set, even if you are not giving, it will work. That is the disadvantage. That is the difference between the okay. So
Sir, we can't hear your
okay,
voice.
so that is the case, you know. So don't mute for me because I need to talk. So the difference between the expectation and as well as the reality will give you the concept. So this is what you should understand between the thing. So with a simple example, I will explain you what is the need, and directly we'll move on to the artificial intelligence. Okay, the need. See, you take this example. So this is your expectation point. This is your time period. This is your time period. Okay, this is your time period. This is your expectation. You are expecting your motor to rotate by 500. You expect the motor is rotate by 500. That is the
Sir, again we can't hear
Your
you, sir.
voice is not coming.
Can you able to hear now?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Now.
sir.
Okay. So
Yes, sir. Okay.
guys, please don't mute for me. Okay, I'm going in a flow of my presentation. Please don't mute. Okay, so if you're not interested, you know, I can't able to do anything, but please don't mute for the presenter. Okay, so here you can able to see you are setting down your point as 500, but the motor is rotating by 1000, but your expectation is 500, but it is reality is 1000. So you are fixing the set point as 500. So this dotted point is the set point. So since the motor is rotating by 1000, what the controller will do, you know, it will start, the controller will start, and this is called as your delay time. Yeah, okay, fine. So this is called as your delay time, and this is a rise time, and reaches the maximum overshoot, and then it is go for settle, and finally it will settle with my set point. This is the concept. Initially, whenever you take a controller, whatever you decide, it will not settle very soon. For an example, even if you want to solve for a COVID-19 problem, it will not solve as a whole. It will go for delay time, it will go for rise time, it will go for the delay time and decay time, and it will go for settling time. Finally, it will settle. But one thing you should understand from this example is the time taken for the settling speaks. Okay, the time taken for the settling by the controller speaks. You just take this as your example for your life also. You take this as an example for your life. That is, you are born from the to the earth. You are fixing a set point. Yes, I want to start a new company. So for that, you're taking all this college education and you're going to the life and you're reaching the maximum peak, and finally you are reaching all the maximum level. So the maximum level, what you're achieving in your life is called overshoot, and you're going to the ups and downs in your life, and finally you are settling down. So the time taken from the zero to the settling point is the number of years what you're living in the earth. Similarly, the controller is one, how much it takes to settle. So these kind of intelligent controllers can able to settle very soon. Okay, how it is settling down. So now you can able to understand the example. The next one, we are directly shifting to the intelligence, how our human brain thinks. Okay, you just tune with me. I will take it to the one such example. Okay, this. Can anyone tell me what is this? The chat box. So
It's
name
neuron.
anybody. So Ranjit is asking about, sir,
Neuron.
what is name any one intelligent controller, sir? Yes, this I'm telling about neural networks, fuzzy logic, genetic algorithm. These are called as the intelligent techniques. Okay, thanks for your response. It is called neuron. Okay, what you understand by this? Okay, because you would have studied about this neuron in the biology, and many people's, even those guys coming to the second year to the institute, I used to teach about this neuron. Okay. The reason is, if you know, okay, sir, thank you. So it is also used to transfer the impulse. How many of you know the design of human brain? Because you should understand this one. If you, I will take the next 5 to 10 minutes to explain about the neuron, what the concept which you have not known. Okay, so you know about the neuron. It is available in the central nervous system. We in the central nervous system, we are having the billions of neuron, and then it takes the decision. Fine. These are the things everybody tells about the neuron, but I'm going to tell you the unknown facts of neuron. Example number one. One student is telling, sir, I'm studied for the full night for the exam. Okay, full night for the exam. Continuously, I'm studied. God's grace. What the question I learned for the exam, it came in a question paper. Okay, I was very happy. Because you know, whenever the learned question came for you in the exam, how will you behave? Your behavior itself will change. You will act even like Mr. Bean. Okay, like that you are seeing here and there. Yeah, what the question I studied came in my question paper. Wow, like that. But after that, what is happening? Once you start writing the answer, first line, okay, fine. Second line, it is fine. But the third line, you are locked out. Okay, that is, you cannot be able to recollect whatever you have studied. Example number one. Example number two. Audio is not clear again, sir. Audio is clear now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, okay, thank you. Okay, sir, please check your system because my audio is correct only. Okay, so we are running out of time within 20 minutes more. Because, sir, guys, please type your doubts about the artificial intelligence, okay, so that I can able to clear the doubts in appropriate time interval, because we are running short of time. So here we can able to understand that the second example, you are studying for some objective answers. Okay, after studying the objective answer, the same objective answer type of question, the same question, same answer is coming in the exam, but you got some confusion whether C is correct or D is correct. You can't be able to give the answer whether C is correct and D is correct. Others, I will explain you how to learn AI to make projects. I will come back to you. Okay, so C is correct or A is correct? No doubt. Okay, why the doubt coming means clearly follow for the next 5 minutes about the internal architecture of your neuron. Neuron is having the structure like this. All the neurons are interconnected to another neuron like this. So in our human body, we are having more than 10 billion neurons in the human cortex and 60 trillion synapses of connections. This you should understand. So the dendrites is one which carries the signal inside. Which carries a signal. Whatever I am teaching to you, it is like these signals are carried out to your neuron only in this particular route. Okay, only this particular route. Okay, and you'll go and reach us the nucleus. Okay, if for simple examples you can able to understand very clearly. I'm telling guys, 2 plus 2 is equal to 4. You are understanding very clearly, but you fixed your mind that 2 plus 2 is equal to 4. So the concept is taken from the dendrites and reaches the nucleus. Suddenly, I'm asking one more question. Sin x square plus cos y square is equal to 24. What is the value of sin and cos when the x values are 1 to minus 7? These kind of complex question, you are taking the question inside. It cannot be able to solve with a one neuron. What is happening? The answer cannot be able to solve with the one neuron. It goes to the second, and this fellow is not also can able to solve the problem. It goes to the next. Like that, it depends upon the individual. It depends upon the individual. So where they can able to take the decision that how many neurons they are using to solve one particular problem. It differs. That is the reason why in our class there are 3 different kinds of student. One is the extraordinary student, average student, poor student. Why? It only by the way how you are utilizing the neurons to perform the task. How it will come. Even an average student can go to the extraordinary student provided if he utilizes the neurons properly. Because so many times we are not utilizing the neurons properly. How to utilize the neurons properly? So I can able to take across with the second part. So when the 2 designs, okay, God has kept 2 designs in our central nervous system that we may not know. Once you know the design, you will study properly. Design number 1, that is God has made the first design. The design number 1 is your human neurons can process signal only serially, not parallelly. Only in serial. That is the reason why we show so much of interest to watch serials. Okay, it is not able to make the signal parallelly. It will be able to process a signal only serially. So what is the difference between serial and parallel, sir? Serial means, for an example, if you want to send the information as 101. 101 means if you are sending 101 as collectively means it is called parallel. 101 collectively means it's parallel. But you are sending one by one, 1 and next is 0 and another one is 1. That is 101 means that is called serially. So you should understand that whenever you are learning any concepts, you have to learn one by one because your design is like that. The reason is, for an example, you are studying 5th unit very appropriately. You are studying 5th unit appropriately, but suddenly that is one by one you are studying 5th unit. All the questions. Suddenly your friend is coming. Hey, this question is not important. Sir has given one question from the 3rd unit. So you have to study from the question from the 3rd unit. What is happening? You are studying 5th unit like this. Suddenly your friend is telling 3rd unit question. So these 2 signals are cross-related with each other. So instead of going serially to your nucleus, you are now studying the parallelly. Parallelly studying means even the question paper comes with the 3rd unit, you cannot be able to answer. If it comes from the 5th unit, you cannot be able to answer because you may think that you studied both 3rd unit and 5th unit, but none of them reached the nucleus. So that's the thing. Guys, within 5 minutes, I'll come to the frames and script file. Just the 5 minutes, please understand. Only this, if you understand this means program coding is just 2 seconds. I will come back. Okay. So this is the 2 frames. You should understand that you should take while studying, you should be studied one by one. That is called, the people will tell that oneness. Keep your mind with the one thing. Why everybody feeling that, sir, my head is breaking like anything? The reason is you are sending multiple signals at the same time. That is, what will happen to my future? What will happen to my interview? What will happen to my GATE exam? What will happen to my project? What will happen to my life? What will happen to my family? What will happen to this particular scenario? So you are sending multiple signals at the same time. So that is called process of nervousness, and it will even lead to suicide. So you should understand that our design is not parallel design. Our design is only serial design. That is design number 1. And the second design is This is very, very important design. That is, God has kept one gap. You are sending the signals inside the nucleus. So in between the signal and nucleus, there is one gap is available. Okay. So for an example, you are taking one signal. Let me assume this is a nucleus. You take this as a nucleus. Okay. You just remember this particular thing properly. You take this as a nucleus. That is, your signal is entering inside to the nucleus. In between the signals input and the nucleus, there is a gap available. So that particular gap is filled by three chemical substances. Okay, three chemical substances. One is called one is called sodium. Okay, another one is called potassium, and another one is called chloride. Okay, sodium, potassium, and chloride. Three chemical substances where in between the gap. Okay, so these chemical substances. Okay, these three chemical substances. What will happen? Okay, it will make the provision for action potential. What is meant by action potential? That is a very, very important question in the biomedical instrumentation. That is, for performing any task, okay, if you want to perform any task of your own, the task can be completed only with this chemical substances. Because for an extraordinary student, the chemical substance is different. For the poor student, for the average student, the chemical substance is different. So we have to make the chemical substance appropriately. That is, you are studying about deep learning, machine learning, machine to machine learning. I ask only one question to you. What is meant by learning? Can anyone in the chat box, you give the what is meant by learning? What is meant by learning? You please type in the chat box. Okay. I can able to understand you, because whenever you ask a question, the people will tell that, sir, I'm going to college to learn something. Sir, I'm going to the institute to learn something. But you fail to understand the appropriate meaning for somebody is telling that it's not hearing. Guys, please, whether you can able to hear or not, only one yes is enough. Only one yes is enough. Whether you can able to hear me? Yes, Tamil. Yes, thanks, Tamil. Thanks, Bharat. Okay, so please check your system, because I'm speaking. If you not hear me, means please check your system. So the real learning means what is happening. You are taking the signal over here. Okay, you are taking the signal here. Only the signal, if reaches the nucleus, those concepts only you won't forget throughout your lifetime. You will not forget throughout the lifetime. For an example, you are studying some truth table. Sir, I studied in 7th standard, but I forgot now. I studied Coulomb's law, but I forgot now. The reason is you studied, but it reached the nucleus properly. Because there are some of the cases, but some of the cases of the chemical substances, it not allowed the signal to reach the nucleus.
So we can't hear you.
Okay, somebody is turning off my mic. Okay, so somebody, that is one fine Sunday. Okay, one fine Sunday, the mother is telling to the son. Okay, that is, my son is asking to the mother, "Mommy, I want to play cricket." Okay, mother is telling, "No, it is very sunny outside. You should not go and play cricket." Okay. So the son is getting very angry. So he's not telling anything, and he was in the hall. He's just sitting like this. Okay, in a very angry mode. Okay, the next case, during the afternoon time, mother is in the kitchen and she finds that there is some tomato is less for doing the kitchen things. Okay, the tomato is very less. So the mother is asking to the son, "My son, you go and buy some tomato." Son is not going. Why? Son is not going to buy tomatoes. Why? The reason is, mother does not allow him to go and buy tomatoes to play cricket. So that is the reason the son is not okay going to buy tomatoes. The reason is, even though the mother telling whatever the things the mother is telling, the son is hearing, but the signal is only over here. The sun is over here. It is not reached the nucleus. The same thing is happening in our class also. In the class, we should understand that teacher is giving all the inputs. It is you who to make the signal to reach the nucleus. So in between the input signal and the nucleus, you frame a boundary. You frame a bridge. You frame a bridge like this. Okay, a tight bridge like this. Okay, so it is very difficult for the faculty to make the bridge to get open to make the signal to reach the nucleus. That is the reason happening in the classroom also. Why it is happening means, okay, one new semester is coming, teacher is coming with a very big book. Guys, I'm Professor so and so. I'm going to take thermodynamics for you. This is the book what we are going to follow for this semester. So now the students, what they will do? They will start counting their arrears. Already I had 5 to 7 arrears. Now it's the 8th arrear because he fixed in the synapses that this subject is very tough. One faculty is coming, even though the subject is very, very tough, he is telling that, guys, this subject is very easy. Anybody can pass this. I will give you the notes and I will make you a very easy presentation. So that makes the synapses to open and it will make everybody to study the subject. So it is the meaning that the learning, the definition for learning is, you are given some definition for learning, but learning definition is, it's called tuning. It's called tuning. That is, nobody can accept that I want to go for webinars. That's boring. So I want to go for a class. It's boring. The next week college is going to start with somebody telling it's boring. Why? Because you fixed over here. You are not allowing the signal to reach the nucleus. That is the reason many people, even after going to their jobs, they find it very depression. The reason is they are not finding the signals to reach the nucleus. One last example, I will end up with the example. We are going to the engineering problems. That is the mother. I'm going to explain the real example of data science and learning. If anybody asks you what is meant by learning means, learning is called tuning. What is the role of a teacher? The role of a teacher is not to teach. It's not to teach. It's only to tune the synapses. It is only to tune. Okay, tuning is called teaching. Okay, that is, if I'm giving the inputs, the same inputs for everybody means nobody will accept. For some students, my input will be correct. For some students, I have to sit with them and I have to tell some stories, a different kind of stories to make them learn. That is to make the signal to reach nucleus. The ultimate objective of a teacher is to make the signal to reach the nucleus. If not, means they will get arrears. Okay, one last example. Whenever we are a very low age, that is in the infant age, mother will be giving the food to feed you. Mother is giving the food to feed you. Okay, so one fine situation, mother is telling, okay, from tomorrow onwards, I will not feed you. Okay, from tomorrow onwards, I will not feed you. You have to eat of your own. The kid is very, very upset because the kid was very happy because mother holds the kid in the hand and she takes to the outside and balcony and showing the moon. She's making the food to eat. Now it is a role of a child came to eat of its own. So mother is giving the data set. The first data set, not only for us, for everyone, the first data set what we reached in our lifetime is mother is taking the food and she is teaching you to learn. So at the first time what you are having, you are making the synapses to be bind like this, No, I want my mother to feed the food like this. Okay, that is the distance between your dendrites. You are not allowing the signal. You are not allowing the signal to reach the nucleus. That is, you put the bridge like this. Mother is telling you have to eat the food of your own. It is not opening. It's fully tight. The kid is crying. Day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, day 6. And mother is beating, mother is pinching. And she's telling her, see, that kid is eating like this. This kid is eating. The mother is yelling. So one fine situation, what is happening? Now the bridge of the kid is slightly opening. And now the kid starts to eat. So some kid took some 1,000 times. Some kid would have been taken some 50 times. Some kid would have been even took 10 times. So the difference between a 10 time or 50 time or 1,000 time, that is the way how your neuron is tuning, how you are getting learning. The same way only, okay, you have understood how you started eating like this and finally you open. Similarly, you find all the subjects also for learning. Initially, you put your bridge like this. You want to release the bridge. Once you release the bridge, now at present, this age, nobody is going to teach us how to eat. We are eating only because of the data set, what the mummy has given when you are in the infant. Similarly, you learn to walking, driving, swimming. And even now, many people you may know, even after crossing 20 age or 30 age, they don't know how to drive. They don't know how to drive. The reason is they fix the boundary like this. Even they don't know how to swim. The reason is they fix the boundary like this. If whoever says they will not release it, I expect you students to release the boundary. Okay, now you understood what is meant by learning, what is meant by intelligence. Making use of these things, and straight away going to the engineering problems. Okay, so here, let me take this one engineering problem. So for an example, I want to set the motor speed like this. Okay, I want to set the motor speed. Okay, for the normal example. Okay, I want to make this motor, and I want to rotate the motor of my desired speed. For that, what I have to do, for every artificial intelligence, or if you want to combine the artificial intelligence with IoT, okay, sir, if you can understand and connect, concern, and can be applied somewhere elsewhere, called learning. Okay, so you have given some of the definitions for learning as well. Thank you for all your answers. Okay, so now we are going to straight away to the engineering problems. So you should understand that IoT, if you want to develop IoT consisting of 3 layers. One is called perception layer, second one is called the network layer, third one is called as the application layer. And second network layer is also called as the communication layer. Okay, how it is comes. Okay, perception layer means I is the perception. On seeing somebody, some person itself, you can be able to understand this fellow is like this. How you are telling with the help of your eyes, that is called perception. Eye is the sensor for us. So the first layer of your sensor is of the IoT is the sensors, making use of the sensors. Using these sensors, you are collecting the data. So this is the sense. So your human body is IoT. Your human body is the IoT. That is, you are collecting the information through the sensor and sending the data to the cloud storage. Cloud storage over here. After the cloud storage, you are giving us an app development. This is the app development. If somebody is asked about you, what do you think about that person? What do you think about that person? Because you already seen that person database over here. So, and you are recollecting the data set from the person, and you're telling from your mouth that this person is so and so, is good person. He's not a good person. He's a very, very bad person like that. So your human body is called as the IoT. But this is not the appropriate IoT. IoT is one where it can be able to make some decisions. For that decisions only, what I'm telling along with the IoT, you connect to the artificial intelligence, mix each other. That is called as the regular IoT. Whatever the IoT which you are using is using the sensor, cloud storage, app development in the system or mobile phone. Okay, that is not case. You have to make a sensor, you have to make the data set, decision making should be taken in the data set, and finally it will show in the app development. That is called a thing. How it is happening, with the help of some examples I will tell you. Okay, so here with a beautiful example I'm having, so where I can able to show with the case. To take this as the normal gate, logic gates. Okay, logic gates. Okay, so everybody knows because many students are from different departments. So now everybody can understand about the real meaning of the particular thing of gates, logic gates. There are so many gates available, out of which I am going to explain you a basic logic gate. Then only everybody can understand, because if I tell some motor example means the people from ECE, they will tell that, sir, motor, it's for electrical, sir, like that. So this is the common, what you study in the 6th standard CBSE syllabus. So now, as a human being, we know if somebody is asking you about the AND gate truth table, even at the night 1 o'clock, if somebody is waking you, yes, guy, tell me the AND gate truth table. You will tell 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1. Fine. How you remembered? Because you are learned and trained in your neuron. Now, what you're going to do, you are making a system to remember like this throughout the lifetime. Throughout the lifetime, you are making the system to adopt. So I will explain with an example, and the next I will give you some script files. You may think that, sir, you are going to teach us program. The program may be 80 to 100 lines. No, I will teach you only 4 lines of program. Within 4 lines, you can develop a system where you can be able to understand whatever the thing you want to say. I bet you, really bet you. You please, I will also give the coding to you. You take down the coding and you can note down the coding. You work for the data set and come with the results. That is the real spirit or the outcome of this webinar. Okay, so straight away you go to the AND gate. So these are the inputs. That is 0, 0 means these are the inputs. 0, 0 means 0. 0, 1 means 0. 1, 0 means 0. 1, 1 means 1. That is epoch number 1. Epoch means it is called iteration. That is, mother is teaching you how to eat in the right hand. So she is taking the food and keeping like this. That is a data set number 1. That is iteration number 1. So she is showing how to give and you are eating like in a different manner. That is called the first iteration. For the given input, what the output you are doing. That is called as the iteration number 1. So here we can able to see 0, 0. This is your desired output. Desired output. That is what the output you require. That is called desired. Huh? Okay, this is a desired output. That is 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1. So this is the normal truth table. So you have to fix the initial weights. What is meant by weights? Weight is the synapses. You are taking the inputs that and it has to reach the nucleus. So in between the pencil and the hand, that gap is called synapses. That we are going to give in a numerical way. So here we are going to give the values as initial weights. That is 0.3 minus, because there are two inputs, input 1, input 2. So whenever I want to give a 0, 0, I am giving 0.3 and minus 0.1. You can ask a question, sir, how you are giving 0.3? I am giving randomly. Random. Okay. It is not a correct value, random value. Assuming that no system will learn intelligent way at the first time itself. It will not learn. So now you can able to understand the meaning for learning, machine learning, deep to deep learning. So I can't be able to hear you, sir. Hello, sir. My mic is open only, sir. Anyone? Yes, from anyone. Can you able to hear now? Yes or no? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Vidran. Thank you. Ilavarsan, Gayatri, Sanish Kumar, thank you, sir. Please check your system, sir. Now the time is 7. I will take up to 7:10 because we are running short of time. So please try to understand and check your system. Okay. So what I'm going to do, this is the case, the initial weights. Now the actual output can be calculated with a formula x1 w1 plus x2 w2. So I'm getting the actual output. That is, whenever you are making a system to learn. Whenever you are making a system to learn, it learns by the x1 w1 plus x2 w2. If you want, you can take a photo snap of this particular slide, or even I can send you the slides through Tinu Prasad or from Tamil Mani, where you can able to share the slides. I'm also given the formula also x1. So you are getting the actual output. So your expectation is this one, reality is this one. First time, that is, the mother is giving expectation is this one, but the reality you are eating in the left hand. Right hand, mother is teaching, you are eating in the left hand. So the difference between this and this is called error. The same error is happening here also. Desired output is this one, actual output is this one. If you want to desired minus actual, you are getting the error value. You can see error is 0, 0, minus 1, 1. So this weights you are given randomly. So you want to calculate the final weights. How to calculate the final weights? There is a formula. You can ask a question, sir, how many formula we have to remember, sir? No need to remember, sir. I will explain you without formula how to develop an intelligent system. I can able to explain you without a formula. Okay, but here for I'm first explaining with the manual solving. So in the manual solving, we can able to understand this is the formula. The new weights can be calculated by old weight plus learning rate, desired output minus actual output multiplied by input. Using this formula, we can able to calculate the weights like this. Okay, so this is the way how we are going to calculate the final weights. At the end of iteration number 1, you are checking error is equal to 0, 0, minus 1, 1. Because you are having some error. So that means in the first epoch, your system not learned properly. So you're going for the epoch number 2. And then you're checking error is the same process. You're going to continue over here. Again, you're having some error. Third epoch, you're checking, again some error is there. Fourth epoch, again your error is there. At the fifth epoch, you can able to see there is no error. Error is equal to 0. Actual value is equal to desired value. So now you can able to understand that your system is completely learned. You took 5 iterations to learn a system. It took 5 times or 5 epochs. It took 5 epochs to learn AND gate. Similarly, you give a data set to a system and make the system to learn. How to learn? I will explain with a small coding for the next 5 minutes. You can able to understand a sample code. And this is the sample coding. Okay? This is a sample coding. Okay. So with this coding, you can able to get the real output. You can get a very good output. Only you can see how many lines of coding. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Only 5 lines of coding. You can develop artificial intelligence of your own. You can make a system to get learn. You can able to make a system, whatever you say, it can be able to reproduce. For project development, you can able to do with it. You can ask a question, sir, how many data set you can collect? Even if you have 4 data set, it's enough. You can design a controller. You can design an AI controller. Okay, it is not a very, very toughest part. You need to study so many derivations. You need to study so many formulas. Even the formula which I showed before, no need to use the formula here. Only commands. No, so this command is written in MATLAB. Okay, if you're interested, we can even conduct a workshop on MATLAB for the students for writing the coding of your own. So with the coding, you can able to collect the outputs. Okay. In the next time for the IEEE, we can even conduct a seminar for the MATLAB. Just typing in the MATLAB. That's all. That is, you can able to see the first command. First is clear all. Clear all means to clear the screen. CLC, clear the window. And next one, I'm going to give the input. So where V is equal to. So here the inputs are arranged in the matrix format because it's a MATLAB. Matrix format. You should understand how the matrix format works with. Whenever the inputs are 10, 20, 10, 12. When the inputs are comes as 10, 20, 10, 12, the output is 20. When the inputs are 20, 41, the 23 second values. When all the second value comes, the output is 19. When the third value comes, the output is 20. When the fourth value comes, output is 16. So you declare the input and output. Over. And the next one is you have to create a network. What we have seen the biological network. Okay. So this is the command. I'm going to create a network. Network is equal to new feed forward. Okay, FF stands for feed forward. Open the bracket. Min max stands for minimum and maximum value of my input V. This is called the scaling command. And then open the square bracket. You have to include what is the value of your hidden neurons and output neurons. So input neurons are this one. Output is only one. So you click what is the output. No need to declare the inputs. Here you have to declare, either you can declare the hidden or no need. For the complex problems, you can include the hidden. If your problem is not complex, just you put how many output you have. You should not read as 1 to 4 output. It is only one output. This is written in the row vector, but you always study with the column vector. When you study in the column vector, this is only one output. And this is called as the activation function. That is, it is also called as a squashing function. Squashing means in Tamil, pulirudhu, squash. Okay. For us, whenever we are seeing it from the outside, you can able to understand that when you are seeing from the outside, it is only a 40, 50 values. But for the artificial intelligence, if it want to learn, the 40 and 50 values should be squashed. For us, it will be 40. But for the neural network, it will be called as the value between 0 to 1 or -1 to +1. For this, I will tell a small story. You will remember a movie where the Vadivelu and Kovai Sarla was acting. Okay, Vadivelu will ask a question. What is 2 + 2? The wife will tell. Answer is 4. The husband will tell. No, it is not 4. It is 5. The wife will tell. 2 + 2 is 4, man. You are telling 5. The husband will tell 2 plus 2, 4 is your mathematics. 2 plus 2, 4, 5 is husband's mathematics. It is my mathematics, like that. Similarly, for us, it is the number 40. But for artificial intelligence, it will squash the 40 into, it will convert the value of 40 into 0 to 1 or minus 1 to plus 1. That is, it will squash the value. It will decrease, it's not decrease the value. Whenever we see from outside, it is 40. But when we go for the intelligence, the value is going to be 1 to plus, minus 1 to plus 1 or 0 to 1. If it changes from 0 to 1, it is called binary. If it changes from minus 1 to plus 1, it is called bipolar. Okay, it's called bipolar. So this is the case. Thank you, Adarsh. So here we can able to understand that activation function. And the next one is net comma TR, that is using the network. I'm going to train with, so train, this is the name of the algorithm. LM is the algorithm. Okay, so we have studied about intelligence. There are so many algorithms like back propagation algorithm, perceptual algorithm, Adaline, Medaline, and learning vector quantization, competitive learning vector network, adaptive resonance theory, ART1, ART2, and then Nebbian learning. So many types of algorithms are available in the textbook. But here in the MATLAB command, you just write its keyword alone. But the textbook for this keyword, you can come across some 7 to 8 pages of derivation. But just to click the command, all the 7 to 8 pages of derivation will come over here. Train the algorithm with your network, what you have created, with your input and output, and finally generate the system. Okay, and finally generate the system. So this is what I'm interested to show with criteria, and then this is all the extension works. So this is some of the works what we have done for the in United States related to intelligence. Okay, and if you have any queries related to the presentation, I'm ready enough. Surely I will share my PPT either by WhatsApp or in my mail. If you have any doubts, we can get clarified now. Okay, hope this webinar, how to learn AI. No need to learn AI. I already given what is meant by AI. That's enough. You learn how to do a project. Okay, either with only the 6 lines of coding, collect the data set. If you have the data set in your hand, for an example, if you have data set in your hand, okay, if you have data set in your hand, I will complete your project within 5 minutes. Okay, I will complete your project within 5 minutes. Okay, believe me, I can able to do that particular thing. I can able to how to learn this command. No need to read the command. So no need to study the commands. Okay, because wow, some 5 to 10 times you are keep on working with the commands. Okay, you can able to keep everything in your mind. No need to study or mug up. Okay, what compiler? Okay, what compiler? So here we are using the MATLAB. Okay, what interpreter used to create this AI problem? Only MATLAB, sir. Nothing. The same work we already also created in the project using FPGA processor. What type of languages? No need for any language. You study MATLAB. That's all. You study MATLAB. In place of LM algorithm, can we use fuzzy logic? No. Fuzzy is totally different. Fuzzy is totally different. For teaching fuzzy, I need again 1 hour. Okay, because I want to teach you how the washing machine works. Which coding language is more necessary for AI? 2 languages, sir. One is MATLAB, another one is Python. Python. Tell the compiler. Compiler, it's only a MATLAB, sir. Okay, which online platform is good to learn or any YouTube's? No, if you learn everything, you will get confused. You go to MATLAB and click the help menu. Okay, what are the minimum and maximum hardware for AI or AI controller? Whether Anthony is asking about price or its complexity, I don't know. What are the minimum and maximum hardware? Minimum hardware means you can able to complete hardware requirements. Okay, for the hardware requirements, you can able to even complete with the help of like microprocessor or microcontroller. Can we create a neural easily MATLAB compared to yes, MATLAB. Just I'm telling all these presentations are recorded, and also you will get my PPT slides within 5 minutes. You can complete your project. Okay, within 5 minutes you will complete the project. Provided you should have the data set. In Google machine learning, crash course is good. Yes, good. Update your knowledge where they will give you what is the difference between AI and machine learning. Okay, AI, it's one of the primitive type is machine learning. I will give you one small example for machine learning. For an example, when you take across evening 9 o'clock. Okay, you are turning on. Sir, it's time. Vinod, just 2 minutes, Vinod. Okay, sir, it's time. Just 2 minutes. Okay, that is, you're having washing machine and AC. You want to turn on both the things. Now you want to make washing machine to communicate with the air cooler or air conditioner. Okay, air cooler or air conditioner. Okay, so for that, now no human should communicate. Now these two machines should communicate. Air cooler should give the information to washing machine, and washing machine should give the information to air cooler. Based upon that, they should talk to each other without slowing down the process, without making the power to be turned off. Both the persons to speak. How we can able to speak? Only with the help of sensors and decision making rules. How to apply AI in our daily life? Yes, you can able to apply. Even if you are going to use a CCTV camera in your house. CCTV camera, what it's also IoT principle, where you are connecting the cameras in your house and you are using the mobile phone, and you can able to see what is the thing happening in your house through the app what you have developed for your thing. But using AI, you can able to create a decision making that whenever some miscreant image occurs in your CCTV camera, you will get an alarm. Either you can get an alarm, or either you can get some message that some miscreant image is going on. Could you tell us about frames in AI? Okay, so that also, it's a very lengthy topic. Okay, frames, and it's just like a template. Okay, one thing is AI is a model free learning. Okay, you can use any frames, you can use any templates. It does not mean, it's not unlike a procedural structure level. It is, you can use any form. That's what the reason is called model free learning. How can we implement AI in hardware? For example, Raspberry Pi. Raspberry Pi is only for to send the data, but for decision making, you can make use of MATLAB, or else either you can make use of MATLAB or a DSP or FPGA processor. Raspberry is only to take the data, but the decision making principles cannot be made use on writing a code. Which source you used to learn about AI? Okay, how you started your project? I started my project when I'm doing my final year in 2004. Okay, my final year project. My Rajesh Khanna, sure, MATLAB alone, I can able to give a seminar. Okay, I can able to make sure that one more session I will be having total understanding. Sure, I'm ready enough, because the time allotted is 1 hour, but I'm taking more amount of time. So that is a problem, because I can able to teach even for a full day. I can be able to take, no problem in that. But the meanwhile, I want the students to take some tons of knowledge, some new ideas, some new projects of their own. So that's what the thing I expect from the students level. Okay, so here we can able to understand that how I started the project. My UG project is on AI, my PG project is on AI, my PhD is on AI, and my postdoc in United States is for UI. We are ready for the class, sir. Will it possible? Yes, absolutely. I'm ready for the thing. Even my postdoc, what I did in United States, it's also on AI. That is, it's like a case, like, what else to say? That is. It's IoT based work, but IoT only you are taking some sensors and connected like that means, what are the 3 classification of IoT? There is no classification of IoT. There is 3 layers of IoT: perception layer, and the network or communication layer, and application layer. Perception layer to collect the signals through sensors, and network layer is to collect the information from the sensors to the application through the cloud network, and then you are retrieving the data. So which online source you take to learn? I have not taken any online course or thing, only by doing the real-time projects. Okay, I have taken the real-time projects for learning and updating myself, because I'm interested to do projects rather than that of various cases. So you take a mini project. Don't take a very big project and then you can able to do it. You take some mini project, and then you can able to understand more and more nuances. Nuances means in Tamil we used to tell it suchamam. Okay, you take some of the nuances works. What we learn to become a software engineer. Software engineer means one programming language appropriately. Don't leave the basic fundamentals. Okay? Don't leave the basic fundamentals. You should not compromise. Okay, how we start a career in IoT? If you are really interested, I can arrange an internship for the interested students for this IoT. If you're really interested, I'm also a mentor for some 2 to 3 companies in Coimbatore. If you're really interested, you can able to do with. And my UG students also doing the project in IoT based system. My third year students also doing the project on IoT for real-time monitoring of solar panels, what we have installed in our Tribute department. They are collecting the data, and because day by day we cannot be able to see the solar panels on the rooftop, but these students are coming up with a project where they can able what type of course will better serve. Okay, so my contact I will type in the chat box. Okay, so type of course means that is any course you can take, but you should be very interested to learn the course, and how we can able to start a course in the data science. I recommend you guys after your undergraduation, you please move to do some master's course, and with the data science. Don't do master's course in India. You do the master's course in abroad, okay, where they can give them various things. Much of my students who studied in Congo Engineering College, they have been a very good data scientist across the globe, and where you can able to get more number of inputs. Okay, it is only because I'm a chemical engineering student. How AI is helpful for even agriculture students. Agriculture students, they can collect the data set of their land, and based upon the land, they can come to a conclusion then what crop they can able to plant for the coming November. They can able to, even for a milkman, AI can be used. AI can be used for even for milkman. Then you come across the chemical engineering student. Okay, in chemical you can do wonders. You can do maximum number of papers in the thing. You can be able to give the data set of the chemical substances, and then based upon that you can be able to come across some proper solutions. It does not. It behind the boundary of engineering, sir. It is interdisciplinary. AI is interdisciplinary. That's what AICT is giving there. It is not only for computer science. You are telling that AI is a what else to say? AI is an innovative field. It's a new technique. Never. It started in the year of 1943, before our independence. AI concepts. Neural networks was developed in the year of 1943. Fuzzy logic was developed in the year of 1954. Genetic algorithm was developed in the year of 1974. Ant-colony optimization was developed in the year of 2006. It's all old, but we are even electric vehicle. People are speaking about electric vehicle, new concept. No, it was started in the year of 1888, before 1900. No concepts are new. Just for our application domain, we are using all these concepts to come a decision making, because human cannot be able to take a decision, sir, because the experts are all coming down. Okay, if you are giving the data of life insurance corporation, nobody can remember how many policy holders in India, how many people's things are lapsing. Nobody knows. But the meanwhile, okay, they can able to take some decision. Okay, if a system comes, you just to give your policy number, you just within the click, it will give all the details, and it will also make a decision that if you take the money by this month, you can able to take this. If you take the money from the next month, how much money you will get, what is your interest, everything. It's all because of AI. A reprogramming structure. Okay, but the thing is that it's only a collection of data, how the data interruption. So now in this session you learned about what is when we're learning, the definition for learning, how to study a subject, and how to create a program in a MATLAB, how simple the concepts are, why we are breaking our head to do a project. Nothing. All the works can be very simple. Okay, and how can we start a career? So much. Thank you. The session was informative and interesting. We are eager on our upcoming events and guidance. Thank you.